Okay guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, we cover stock market technical analysis. I try to put these videos out as the price action's happening. Sometimes I'll wait to the end of the day if there's just nothing really going on, or if I need to see that daily candle print in order to get a good read on the charts. But when we have movement, I try to get it out so that anyone who's watching these can find some opportunity. Again, all this stuff's just trading. My opinion is not trading advice, so let's get into it and give me a thumbs up if you find value. All right, we're going to start out with the tech stocks real quick. So you can see Q's showing some weakness today. Looks like it wants to run down eventually, maybe this week, and tag this support line, maybe break, but ultimately, you know, we've got support first to get through, so it's looks like it wants to hit support. SPY gapped up today, but SPY is not going anywhere without tech. So this could, if tech's going to start to roll over, which is what it's showing the last couple days, tech's been getting weak, then the SPY is not going anywhere. So we'll watch this kind of rotation that we're seeing out of tech and into some of the reflation stocks, the financials, and see if there's maybe strength comes back into tech, and then both tech and the financials are rallying together, and maybe you end up having a pretty strong market. But if the rotation leaves tech and doesn't come back, then I wouldn't expect SPY to really go anywhere. I mean, levels to look for, obviously we have this gap here in SPY, so a fade of the gap would be bearish. On Q's, a break of this support line, depending on when we actually get there, 265 maybe. You got to mark these lines out for yourself to see when it breaks, because I don't know when it's going to break, if it's, or even if it's going to break. But a break of that trend line would be bearish, so we'll watch that. If we get that, then we'll look on the daily chart on Q's, and if we recover down here, this lower trend line, which is going back to your bull market. Here's your decade-long bull market going all the way back to 2009. We've got a price channel that Q's has been going in the entire time. And as I zoom in, if we break this trend line here, then I look for a recapture of that trend line. And if that happens, then we look for a move down to the bottom of the channel. And this is how we kind of put it together over time. So first things first, break of this minor support line that we've been in really for the last part of this rally in 2020. And I spend so much time on tech because tech is basically the market right now. It's such a narrow breadth market, a very unhealthy market. I've pointed that out in several videos, where the only thing that's really been keeping the market up is the FANG stocks. And so that's why we watch tech. So here's the FANG stocks. Apple. We'll go to the hourly chart first. So we've got this little support line that Apple's been just kind of grinding for the last few days. If it starts breaking and anything can stick, then we'll probably move down, really we'll probably move down to the bottom of this support line here. This is your rally that it's been in really for all of 2020. And so we'll move down to the bottom here, maybe around 425, 430, depending on when we actually get there. And then if that breaks, we'll have to look at that when that comes. Microsoft looks weak. Microsoft, here is the last part of the rally it's been in for 2020. Here's the support line. And we broke that support line right here, but then earnings came out actually here, and we broke. And then Apple earnings came out and they bought Microsoft too. Everyone just went to Microsoft and bought it up. It looked very bullish at that time. Obviously a huge gap up and a big run, but that's since been faded, and we've now filled the gap. You can see here's the gap from that when Apple reported their earnings, and it went up 10%. So now it's been filled. That might be the end of the move today. Maybe we hold here, chop around, find some sort of support. But in general, it's weak, because we broke this support line here, and we've now filled the gap, and I'm expecting this weakness to continue over a period of time. Amazon, here's the support line in Amazon on the hourly chart. We've been walking up that. We're still above support, have not broken down. That's all there is there. Google, same thing. You've got some support right here at 1484.50 about, and we're just kind of trading sideways. Have not broken down, so nothing to really go through on that one. Okay, gold, and then I want to look at some of these COVID-19 stocks that have had monster rallies, and we're looking to fade some of these. So here's gold. My thumbnail in yesterday's video was gold sell-off, and here's your gold sell-off today. So again, I try to put these videos out to give you guys clues into what might happen in the future, not what has happened. A lot of these videos you'll see on YouTube, they'll come out at the end of the day and tell you what happened, and it's not useful. Rather, I like to put out videos that say, okay, I don't know if this is going to happen. Understand that whatever I say, I don't know if it's going to happen. Nobody knows what the market's going to do. All I can say is this is what the market says it's going to happen, is the highest probability. And here, sure enough, here's your gold sell-off. So I think we're going to head down to 1791 on the gold bullion price. And that price is, if you go to the weekly, that's kind of your former resistance area right here. Back from 2011, 2012, we hit that 3 times. Don't throw this out because that was just kind of the overshoot, basically. It was a blow off top overshoot, and so at the time nobody knew this was going to be a level. But then when it failed, recovered, and then it checked it 3 times here, then it establishes, it's about 1790. 1795 or 1791. It establishes that as the resistance, and then we overshot it here too. But now I think we got to come down and check it. So I think we check that, find some support, and we'll probably get a bounce off of that level. So I'll be looking to probably be a buyer down there, and looks like we're heading down that way. So. And then obviously the gold stocks all broke down impulsively, and that's what you'd want to see. So here's Barrick, gap down, so trapping all the bullish money that was kind of late to the rally. So I think with this heads lower, probably going to head down to this $20 range. I'll have to see on this one and maybe do a little more research. Now that we're getting some movement to the downside, I'll start to look at areas where I want to start to buy these things again. Quick little sector analysis. Financials, obviously catching a bid. People are rushing to the financials. It's just a rotation, basically. It's just the game that everyone plays that, this is weak, now buy this and sell this. And it's just rotating from one to the other, hoping to make money. And that's what we're seeing here. Financials are catching. So this is kind of what you want to see for strength. You want to start to see, before it was just really holding this support line, but not very aggressively. You want to see it aggressively start to move off the support and really continue the strength like you saw back here, where it's just aggressively moving off the support line like this. Here it was just grinding. So it was starting to get a little bit of a lift off. We'll see if there's any teeth to this, but financial still above support. XLV, you have this little wedge here. If we go to the hourly, you've got this bearish rising wedge here in XLV, and we're still holding it. We're just the wedge is getting closer and closer. So to me, I think we'll probably gap down. That's the move that it looks like XLV is going to do. I might even take a position, kind of a starter short in anticipation of a gap down. But again, that's pretty aggressive because we have not broken support. We're right at support, and we haven't broken it yet. So, but I think a breakdown will probably come in the form of a gap down. And so that's those. Now let's look at these stocks. So these are the stocks. I found this on CNBC, but this is Kramer's COVID-19 list. And this is where retail is at. This has been a feeding frenzy for retail traders. They've been buying all these stocks, and they've been shooting up. Some of them have gone up hundreds of percent, massive percentage gains. And when I see moves like that, where it's just a feeding frenzy to the upside, I look for the counter trend. When everyone starts to run from these, then they all bail just as fast. So things that kind of strike interest. Zoom. Let's look at ZM. Zoom. All right. And I apologize. I can't get these out to you guys at the perfect moment. It's just impossible with these videos, but try to get you guys close. So here's the uptrend line in Zoom on an hourly chart. This is going back to January. Just been riding up this trend here. And you can see I've been keeping an eye on this one. I've had a couple trades, couple successful trades, but now look what happened. We broke that right here. So, and it came in the form of a gap down. It gapped down and then broke. And the psychology behind this that I like is this uptrend line is the trend line that this thing has been in. And a lot of people were probably looking to either add at support or, basically continuing the uptrend, but instead what we got was a gap down right to support and then an instant sell off. So pretty impulsive. And this move right here, you can see, has pretty much trapped all this money going, really going all the way back to, with where we're at, going all the way back to right about here, which is roughly 56 trading days. So a couple months, really, three months or so, in 2 to 3 months in trading action. So lots of money's been trapped now. So if this continues to show weakness, then this one looks good. Now this could back test. You've got people that maybe don't realize the trends there, so maybe it back tests. But as of now, the major trend line that it's been in since the beginning of the year is now broken. So that's that one. Docu, same kind of deal. Here's the uptrend line that it's been in since March. And we broke it the other day, gap down, but then it recovered it. And now it's starting to resolve to the downside. So we'll watch this, see if there's continued weakness. I could see this thing kind of rallying a little bit here and then rolling over. Things don't go straight down at once. So it's moved down to about 15-16% already from the high. So, a little bit of a relief rally, and then maybe that's faded. You've got a breakdown candle right there. So that could be a level of resistance right there. You can see big candle right there, big candle right there. So maybe a kickback right up to 206.35 and then it rolls over. We'll have to watch that. So I'm not going to go through these all, but I'll put the link to this list in the description. And if you want, you can kind of go through some of these. There's a few that look good. They don't all look good. Some are stronger than others, but there's definitely a few that have gotten way out of control, and there might be some good shorts in here. That's all I got for the video, guys. Thanks for following along. I appreciate it. Leave a comment in the below if you want me to look at something. And I can't get to all the stocks, but if something's interesting, I'll point it out. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.